Yeah, that's right. I see the chat. I see y'all rocking. I see y'all coming. Hit that like button as you enter the building. You know what I'm saying? Hit that like button. Show your love. Show your support. You know what I'm saying? This that dope soul. This that new thing. Nobody don't know about it.
Salute, Knick family. Welcome to the Just Knickin' It Weekly Show. I'm your host, Stephanie, a.k.a. Queen. And as always, we have a lot to talk about. I'm joined by I am Jerrell, Dope Soul alumnus, founder of the Die Hard Giants Live podcast. You can see him and myself every Tuesday, 9 p.m. Geoff Klafter of the Happily Ever Klafter Daily Sports Blog. That link is in the description. Be sure to check him out. He also does a recap of every Knicks game. So, again, be sure to check that out. And Ajay, the villain, Hollywood, Green Lantern. Oh, he's back right this week anyway.
He's incognito this week. He's in his alter ego. He's
maybe temporarily, maybe not. Like who knows?
Right, he might turn into the Hulk after we start talking about that Orlando Lord.
He Bruce tonight. He Bruce right now.
Dr. Banner.
Yeah, shout out to the chat, the silent listeners, the replay gang. We appreciate all of you. I was going to start with Jalen Brunson's injury, but let's give people a chance to get into the building. Let's talk about the game last night. Geoff and I did the recap, earlier. So I don't know if I have anything else to add. But Jerrell, Ajay, and Geoff, obviously, if you have anything, you can add it. Just thoughts on the game last night. We lost 124 to 106 or 104, something like that. Mm-hmm. They're a long team. They're a physical team. I thought it would be a good test for the Knicks. And when Ajay and I did the preview show Monday, we were really, at least I think we were both looking forward to the Orlando game and the Miami game to see where the Knicks are at. Thoughts on the game last night, Jerrell?
To me, it's just a never-ending roller coaster with how the season's going to be. We're going to lose some games. I think we're going to win a lot more than we lose. So I'm not going to get too high. I'm not going to get too low. This is not even about the whole me waiting 20 games thing. Like, we lost a second leg of a back-to-back. The energy was obviously low. I think that was the main reason that we lost. A couple guys disappeared on the court that had a pretty good season so far, but it's some nights to just be like that, man. I don't think no caution flag should be waved right now, or people should be scared of jumping out the window. Already people is telling me, I told you so's and stuff just from one win. One loss. Our first loss of the season at home. So all of a sudden, like, our roster's messed up, or, certain players are not playing up to their potential. It was one bad game. So I won't chalk it up to anything more than that.
Thoughts on Cat last night? He seems to be getting a lot of, whenever we lose, Cat just gets a lot of heat. Some other players just kind of go under the radar, like OG and Mikal Bridges, last night. But your thoughts on those three, actually?
Well, Cat, I don't know. Like, I didn't think Cat played too bad. I think he was one of the people that actually showed like a little fight and a little energy sometimes. I think some of the dumb fouls that he does is, a little extra, but that's just Cat. He's always like that. Less complaining with the refs for me personally, but the way that he actually played, like, I don't really have a problem. He didn't disappear to me. OG and Mikal Bridges, they both disappeared. Like, our wings wasn't there last night, and I think that was a big reason why Brunson took so many shots as he did, how the offense was ran, because both of them pretty much didn't have it last night, and you could tell. Both of them seemed like shells of themselves, especially OG Anunoby. Like, we was talking about OG for the past couple of weeks, talk about him being going back and forth, about being a two-way player and stuff like that. That's not what I'm talking about with becoming inconsistent. That wasn't OG at all that night. That's not him just missing shots. Like, he seemed like he just didn't have the energy. He wasn't there, and neither was Bridges. So, I mean, then three will go as our, if all of three of them are going to play poorly, and I wouldn't even say Cat played poorly, but if our two wings are going to play poorly, and the other team is going to be more physical than us. I don't expect to win that game, like especially on the second leg of a back-to-back. Like it was an energy thing. I think if the roles was reversed and we would have played Orlando the first game, I think we probably would have won. And I think the energy is kind of, I don't know, it's contagious. Even Mitch looked slow and tired last night, and he didn't even play the night before. So I just think, the energy was off, and, we just had a bad game.
Ajay?
Well, I mean, it was disappointing, very disappointing. I mean, we knew going into the game we had our work cut off for us, especially because Orlando, with their size and athleticism, like we knew it was going to be a challenge to play them, and it was. There are a lot of disappointing things that I saw yesterday. And then I mean, this back-to-back stuff, to me, that's not an excuse. That's not a reason. But I mean, and sometimes you listen, the effort was there. Well, some of the guys, the effort was there, right? Jalen Brunson played his heart out. Deuce McBride played. Cat didn't have a good game, but he tried. He didn't have a high IQ game, but at least he was putting in the effort. I don't know why Mikel didn't play down the stretch. I don't know what that was about, but OG Anunoby played 34 minutes or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
He took 4 shots, like 1, 2, 3, 4 shots. Okay, like I you can't, if you're part of the team relies on you, you got to be a little more aggressive, especially when it's not like we're winning, we're getting beat. So Orlando doesn't have like one of those marquee players like a Giannis Antetokounmpo that's keeping him busy on the defensive end. Mm-hmm. So I really expect him to be a little bit more energetic and aggressive on the other end. 4 shots from OG Anunoby is just not going to do it. I mean, we're not getting anywhere with that, And Cat, like I said, Cat, he put in the effort, he tried, but he's a bit clumsy with it. He's all over the place, so he commits all these crazy fouls and all these low IQ plays. And sometimes I feel like he's not reading the game right. Certain teams, you can't keep trying to drive against them. You're gonna get picked. You're gonna commit the offensive foul. Something's gonna happen. And Orlando's one of those teams. After the first couple of try, man, give it up. You a good shooter from downtown. I keep saying this. Cat shoots. If you shoot the first 6, like 2 of them are good, keep shooting, because it's gonna level up. It's gonna average out. On the back end of it, you're gonna hit more than you miss. That's how it works. Hopefully, but it wasn't a good outcome on our part. Where obviously we got the L, but some of the guys played, some of the guys put in the effort. It just wasn't our night. It just was not our night. And even the coach also, I don't understand why we're playing such a long team, but then you don't at least for a good stretch of a few minutes put the double big out there to see what they can do against that big team. You know what I'm saying? So it was just I guess it's one of those games.
How much of it do you think, and don't blow a gasket here, Geoff, how much of it do you think was our size, and how much do you think that's going to be an issue going forward? It was stark when Shamet came in the game. He was the first sub off the bench, and he was guarding Wagner. I said, "Wow." But just thoughts on the Knicks' size or lack thereof, and if you think that's going to be an issue.
That will be an issue. It had a lot to do with our size. In Orlando too, like this was the perfect game for them to get right, because they're playing a team that's small. We have, and for some reason, Mike Brown, he didn't have the right mix out there for long periods of time. Maybe I don't know what he was seeing that we weren't seeing. I'm sure there was something him and his staff was seeing that we're not. But I mean, they have a lot of big guys on that Magic team. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Brunson, I don't even know how Brunson scored that many points. Like, he had to work really hard for it, because he was guarded by guys who were like 3-4 inches taller than him and very athletic. You know what I'm saying? And on the back end, he had to guard those guys, you know, on the other end. So, you know, I would have loved to see more minutes from our big guys. I don't know, for some reason Mike Brown, that didn't happen with him. So, and that is going to be a problem moving forward. You know, listen, other teams, they watch, right? The NBA, they always watching. Everybody's always watching everything. So they're all seeing how Orlando beat us, and they taking notes, you know. And not every team have big guys like they do, but maybe they'll figure out, like, you put, you know, like two bigs in the backcourt, you know, on defense, and you know, that's how you shut them down. I don't know.
I mean, every team is not built like Orlando, because they have big guards and they bring bigs in off the, you know, off the bench. But this is what Anthony Black said. They give up the most threes in the NBA and one of the lowest percentage amount of looks at the rim. We know they pack the paint a lot. Yeah, it was part of the game plan. Now that does sound like last year's team too, right? Pack the paint and give up the threes, and you know. Anyway, yeah, I don't really have much to add from what I said this morning. I think it starts with physicality. If you can't match a team's physicality, all of the other stuff is just not going to matter. They're going to knock you off your spots. You're going to, you're not going to be able to get to where you want to go. They're going to make it difficult for you. And then you're not making it difficult for them. So the Knicks were not a physical team last night. And it showed. I was surprised about the rotations. Like, it seems like Shamet is ahead of Deuce in that shooting guard position, and I'm not quite sure how Mike Brown is coming to that. I know Shamet is shooting a bit better from the field, 43.9% from the field, 43.2% from three. Deuce is 39.4% from the field, 40.9% from the field, but still from three, 41% from three is still really good, actually. So, there was, this was on X as well. And I was reading the comments and some were saying, well, maybe he likes Deuce with Clarkson, in those non-Brunson minutes. And so if you like that, then you kind of have to play Shamet, where you're playing him. And that's fine. But for how much he's playing him, so I guess I'll just give it to the panel and to the chat. Are you surprised that Shamet is averaging more minutes than Deuce McBride this season?
Surprised? Maybe, yeah. I mean, but Deuce did go out, but it was like a personal matter. So I don't know if he's injured. He doesn't seem hurt to me. So I guess I'm not surprised, but maybe a little bit. Now, I'll say I'm a little surprised, but it's not like shocking. Like, I don't think, like, talent-wise or what they bring to the table, I don't think it's, they're that far away from each other when it comes to what they bring to the team. Like, I think Shamet, in Mike Brown's eyes, he plays a bigger role than we thought he would have in the beginning of the season.
Yeah, and actually, Miles McBride does average more minutes, but just in terms of how they play, like Shamet is the first one, off the bench. It just seems like he's a bit ahead of Deuce in the pecking order, but on the season, Deuce is averaging 3 more minutes. And remember, Deuce got a lot of minutes early. Those first few games, he got a lot of minutes early, so that could be skewing the numbers as well. Geoff, are you surprised? Or first of all, does it look like that to you? And then second, are you surprised?
It definitely looks that way to me. It looks like Coach Brown likes Shamet better than Deuce for whatever reason. I'm real surprised, actually. I kind of thought that Shamet would be more situational and not necessarily have a rotation spot unless somebody went down with an injury. But he's been right there getting, a solid number of minutes the whole time. And I think you make a great point that Deuce's minutes load was pretty heavy in the beginning of the season. And then seems like since he missed time for his grandmother's passing away, after that, his minutes have declined significantly from that point forward. So obviously the coaching staff sees something in Shamet that they prefer. And I'm not saying that's necessarily a wrong evaluation either. I just, it still surprised me. I thought that Deuce would have a bigger role on this team.
Yeah, I thought so. I thought so too. Ajay?
I mean, if we're looking at yesterday's games, he played more minutes, but I don't know. It doesn't seem to me like Shamet plays more. Like even yesterday, I just look at the minutes here. It looks like he played like 7 more minutes. I think it's a combination of like you said, Queen. Maybe he prefers Deuce with Jordan Clarkson out there, and like to play Shamet with the the rest of the starters when he takes somebody out. And case in point, like I think Deuce maybe started one game this season, but Shamet has started a couple of them. Maybe he prefers Shamet with the starting lineup, or with whoever, the other 4 guys. But yesterday I didn't have a problem with that because we're complaining about size. Deuce, these guys were shooting right over him, and he's a very good defender. So. But no, I'm not surprised. I mean, the coach, that doesn't surprise me. He's gonna adjust to what he sees, and we could already see that Mike Brown, he's not doing the cookie cutter thing. Like he's gonna, he's got different starting lineups depending on who the opponent is. I actually like that. He's doing I think it's a different way of managing the team. It's not just code, but you got to manage the roster. I think he's actually trying to implement different stuff here and there. I like that. So I'm not surprised that Deuce, in some games, Deuce may be playing 10 more minutes than Shamet, depending on who the opponent is. So I'm not surprised. It's just, let's wait to see how he does as the season goes on.
Do you think, though, there's something to be said for Tibbs and his rigidity of, the lineup? And so everybody knows who they're playing with. Everybody knows when they come in, when they come out, that team gets the reps together. Mitch is playing. Tibbs was here the first game of the back-to-back period. We not switching depending on, on the opponent. Can you be too flexible, though? Where players' minutes are up and down, for no apparent reason, right? Or at least that I can see. So last night, the last 2 nights, Josh Hart doesn't play the fourth quarter. There's one game he played 30 minutes. Another game, Mikal Bridges is averaging, 33, 34 minutes a game. Last night, he plays 2 minutes in the fourth quarter. Clarkson was averaging, 17 minutes. Last night, he gets 11. Is there something to be said from being too flexible where the players don't know where their minutes are coming from and what it's going to be on any given night?
That's a good question. I don't know. I think it would be more of a problem if we didn't have a veteran team. Like this team is pretty much the same team that we had last year, except for Yabusele and Clarkson. Like everybody else should know how to play with each other. But I get how the inconsistency in the minutes could be a problem. But I don't know. It seemed like it would be a bigger problem if we had like a younger squad that didn't play with each other that much. Like at this point, like they shouldn't have any type of problems when it comes to how many minutes such and such plays with one person and stuff like that. Not a veteran team like we have.
And I think this only comes up when we lose. Like I don't think anybody has a problem with minutes distribution in a win. Like when we won 3 straight, I wouldn't hear anybody, praising, oh, he got this many minutes or what. It's only when we lose, then every decision gets second guessed. And I'm not saying some of those things. I agree with some of those things, but it just so happens like I don't agree with what happened. And if they did it my way, we definitely would have won. Well, not necessarily. Like, so I think that it's just, we try and look for things that say, hey, if we had done this, maybe it would have been different, but it might have been the same too. Like I didn't think any Knick last night really played with the requisite energy that we needed to beat the Magic, and so I'm not sure that there was a, pardon the pun, but a magic combination of players that or player minutes that he could have come up with that was going to swing the game one way or the other. So I mean, he's playing 9 guys and he's mixing and matching, and still early in the season, so he's trying to figure out what combinations work, and maybe he was trying to figure out if he could play some of those smaller lineups against bigger lineups and find out, well, maybe that's not such a good idea. So it's early. There should be experimentation in the early going with a new team, I would think. Like, he's got to get used to the players and the players have to get used to him. So I think it's probably okay for a while till you see everything for 20, 25 games, and then you have a big enough sample size where you can kind of settle into the stuff that you like. If it happens sooner, that's fine, but I don't have a problem, I guess is what I'm saying, with experimentation as far as looking at different lineups and those sorts of things.
Yeah, Geoff, I'm not even talking about last night. I'm just talking about on the season. And I hear what you're saying. I'm just not a fan of it, quite frankly. That's just my personal feeling. I'm just not a fan. I'm a fan of having your set rotations and your set minutes and then deviating from that, based on matchups and based on schemes. I'm just not a fan of, and it doesn't matter who the player is. It could be Deuce McBride. Deuce McBride is a 25-minute a game player, and then the next game he's a 10-minute player. And again, I'm not privy to all of the decision making and all of the factors, right? It could be it could be a lineup thing. It could be a schematic thing. It could be, different reasons. It just seems to me when it comes to the bench, anything goes in terms of who plays more minutes, who doesn't play more minutes, who plays at all, who doesn't play at all. I don't know. I just wonder, I hear you, Jerrell. This is a veteran team, so it may not be impacting them at all. And I'm not even talking about impacting them mentally. It may not even be impacting their game, because they may be, listen, I know what I'm supposed to do whenever I'm in there, whatever my minutes are that particular game, I'm going to do it. But I don't know. It just seems, I don't know. I'm not feeling it so far early in the season, to be honest. Ajay?
I have no problem with it, actually. I mean, I think it's which evil do you pick, right? Do you want people to already know what you're gonna do every time, or do you want to introduce like a little bit of a surprise? Not even a surprise, but having the other team adjust to you every once in a while instead of them, taking that burden off their board. Say, what, we already know what they're gonna do, and let's have a game plan ahead of time. No, maybe you should have them make decisions on the run, and maybe that'll give you a better chance at winning the game if they don't know what you're going to do.
Are you talking about plays or rotations?
Both plays, schemes, and rotations.
But how does that help a team? Because they don't know that that this one is coming in at the 18th mark, that they coming in at, like, I don't see the advantage of that for an opposing team when it comes to lineups.
Well, the other way around, I don't see the disadvantage of the way he does it now either. You know what I'm saying? So it's I mean, I guess whatever the coach wants to do, if he'll try stuff out. I hated that, last season when we already know no matter how the teams go, the team's on a run, everybody, everything's falling for the team, and then boom, it's that whatever minute mark, and then we change the lineup because that's the point of the game where we change the lineup. Sometimes you got to go with the flow of the game, or sometimes you got to go with the opponent. Sometimes you got to go different scheme. It depends on how the game is going. And we saw that a couple of times last season. A couple of games come to mind. What's the guy that was here from Philly? I forgot his name already. He played Campaign. Campaign had I remember Campaign had a game where he couldn't miss, and then boom, it was that time come off. That's just an example. I'm not saying there's anything wrong or right with that. I prefer not to do that. You know what I'm saying? I prefer, like, if a guy's playing, man, let the guy play. Even that's the minute mark that you would normally take him out, or you would normally put somebody else in. So,
but I'm not getting that feeling here either. Like last night with Clarkson playing 11 minutes, like what was that a scheme thing? Was that he wasn't shooting well? He was pretty efficient last night.
I don't know. I would have left Clarkson in there because he was one of the few guys who had something going. So I would have, I would have preferred to see him play more.
But I'm saying that's what we're talking about. I mean, like that's what we're talking about. It's not whatever the coach wants to do, we just let him do. I mean, that's why we have these conversations. Like, what is that? What is that about? Anyway, we'll see. A lot of calling, and we'll get to anything else about last night's game, I should say.
Real quick, I just wanted to say about the size thing, because I don't think I touched on that at all. I think it was more of a physicality thing, not a size thing. I think just saying like a team is longer than us, I don't know, it's kind of like a cop-out. Like I think the Knicks can beat 12 big bums if they put them out there and didn't play us well. I think it's the way that they played us. The same way like how Detroit is real physical with us also. Mm-hmm. Like they're not the tallest team either. I just think certain teams play us well. Cleveland has length, and we seem like we don't have a problem with them. So, but they're not as physical as Orlando or Detroit. So I think like we have problems with physicality. It's not the size thing. It's two different things to me.
But you don't think it's a combination of both, Jerrell?
It could be a combination of both, but like I said earlier, like you can be as long. You can have the longest team in the world. If they don't push us around, or we don't have, if we still have lower energies, then like they're not going to beat us. Like I don't think it's a size thing. That you can't just say we're not going to beat Orlando in a 7-game series just because of their size. It's the way that they play us in that 7-game series, to me.
Yeah, I think Geoff made that point on the recap show. That we're probably the same size as we were. Our average height is probably about the same as it was last year. And we went to the Eastern Conference Finals. We didn't have to go through Cleveland though. But we didn't have to go through Cleveland.
I mean, because to me, like Orlando, they're just a physical team. Like their backcourt isn't that long. Like Jalen Suggs is what, 6'3", 6'4". Desmond Bane is 6'5" with the shortest arms in the world. Like all of them aren't long like that. It's just a cop out. Like I think we just got bullied. Like I don't think it was a length thing.
Fair. Okay. All right. Let's get to some super chats, and then I want to talk about something else. The art man formerly known as Steve, appreciate you rocking with us. Hey, this is where the Malcolm Brogdon situation stings. I believe in Deuce. Teams will adjust. Brunson will be able to sit and watch what he needs to do when he gets back. Miami tomorrow. Peace, love, and soul trade. For those that know. Appreciate you, Steve. Yeah, man. You know, whenever we talk about the backup point guard, we talk about as a committee behind Brunson. We rarely talked about, well, what if Brunson was to go down? You know, what would happen then? And here we are. Latrell Sprewell is the American
dream.
Is the American. Okay. I remember coming into the season when Steph had concerns about not having a veteran point guard against the stronger defenses. She was right. Steph, we will struggle handling the ball outside of Brunson. And let me tell you, I was the main one talking about how OG, you know, he getting where he need to go. His handle might not be tight, but he getting where he go. When he tried to make a move last night and went into a split and the ball came out, I said, okay. I said, okay.
Like there go that handle Steph was talking about. Ball went into the stand somewhere. He just slipped on the ground. I was like, man, OG, get up, man.
So
wait. And he only found out he lost the balls like maybe like 3 seconds later. He's still going.
Right.
He's like, oh wait, I don't even have the ball anymore.
You're the only person that found a wet spot on the floor. It's 9 other players on the floor.
It's like one drop of sweat and OG found it.
It just wasn't our night last night.
So
it wasn't our night, man.
I'm gonna amend my statement. If it's not tight defense, OG can get where he needs to go. But if that defense is tight,
it's a wrap.
He ain't going anywhere. And listen, Mikal Bridges has been really good on the ball. I do wonder in the playoffs, well, we'll see, because he'll probably be the primary ball handler. If we come across teams that have really good point of attack defenders, it's interesting to see how how Bridges does as well. But we'll talk about the injury a little later. But yeah, I was concerned about that coming into the season. Jay Rax, appreciate you. OG and Deuce can't be handling the rock too much. We need another ball handler. I can't say that I disagree. I bet Shamet starts at point guard or Bridges before Miles. Okay. Nick Yak, before yesterday, McBride was 4-1 assist to turnovers. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but it's about
volume.
Not just
right?
about
like he's getting 2 assists and he has an average in like a quarter of a turnover or something like that.
Yeah,
It's not like he's playmaking a lot for others. He's really protective of the ball, which is good, but he just, I don't know that he's creating a lot of offense. And I think if going back to the Orlando game for just a brief second, that was the puzzling thing about Clarkson not getting burned. He's the one player who you would figure could, attack against a defense like that and get his own shot. And he was on that night. He was shooting the ball well. So for him to only get 11 minutes was certainly, you would figure that would be the matchup where Clarkson would get extended burn, maybe even more than a Mitch or a Shamet. And maybe it was related to his defense. I don't know. Maybe he likes to play him with Cat and Cat sat because of foul trouble. I don't know. But, just a curiosity I had with that.
Yeah, and when both of them are in the ball, Deuce is handling the ball, and I guess maybe because they want Clarkson off the ball, to receive the pass. But you notice when both of them are playing in those non-Brunson minutes, it is Deuce handling the ball. Oh, we have another super chat. Art Man, formerly known as Steve. If them sketches OG hooping in, it's them sketches OG is hooping in. They don't have no grip. Just slipping and wishing. Clyde Frazier.
Slipping and dripping.
Clyde Frazier voice. Yeah. As soon as I said, oh man, my argument is going out the window right now.
After one game.
Latrell Sprewell says Kolick could start. Do you think Kolick would start in
No.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Say Kolick could be in the G League before you start.
Yeah. All right. I had some start here. So Shamet got a better handle than Deuce. This is when we were talking about why Shamet was getting more minutes than Deuce. I mean,
It's like a 5 versus 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe a little better, but I wouldn't call him a ball handler, though.
Yeah. I'm surprised, Darlene Bright. Appreciate you rocking with us. I am surprised that Shamet is starting over Deuce. And when he doesn't start, that he's the first shooting guard off the bench. East Blue Drew, we need Deuce bench scoring. Okay. David Smith, Cat is a real center and plays his best basketball as a center. Double big, so bad for Cat. But you know what? It might be bad for Cat, but is it better for the team? Right? This is not just about what's best for Cat, what's best for the team overall. So I agree. I think Cat is better. Cat himself is better at the 5. And I do think in terms of the spacing and what the Knicks can do around Cat, I think we can do more with Cat at the 5. But how is the team performing defensively with Cat at the 5? And are we a net positive? That is, you have to take that into account, right? We're blistering offensive team with Cat at center, and we're giving up the same amount of points plus 10 on the defensive end. It's a no-go. You know what I mean? Now, I don't know if that's been the case this year. I know it was last year. I don't know if that's been the case this year. But again, it's not just what's best for Cat. What's best for the team overall? That's what it comes down to. And the double big lineup, Mitch is playing 6.6 minutes a game. Cat is getting ample time at the center position.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Yeah. All right. Did Miles do something to Brown?
If he did, Wiz gonna be on him.
Right.
Well, I mean, Deuce played over 20 minutes last night.
He played. It's not like he didn't play. He played.
Yeah, but I do think the 10 minutes he got was because McBride was benched. Not McBride, Bridges was benched. I do wonder if Bridges plays his normal minutes in the fourth quarter if McBride gets 10 minutes. Maybe. McBride is averaging more. Yeah, but he got a lot of minutes early, Nick Yak, in the season. And that may be skewing the numbers a little bit. Sherwin Shamet is 6'5". Deuce is Shamet 6'5"?
It's around there, 6'4", 6'5".
Yeah, 6'4", 6'5 shit.
Yeah. Sherwin's pretty accurate on his heights. I would trust him if he says he's 6'5".
Is that with or without shoes, Sherman?
Oh, come on now.
And it's not like, even though Shamet is 6'5", it's not like he 6'4", 6'5". It's not like he played like it. Like he's just an outside shooting. Like he doesn't use his height in any way.
And Deuce is small, but he has a long wingspan. He's got like a 6'8" or 6'9" wingspan, which makes him play taller than he is as well. I mean, he's still small, but he's that wingspan does help him defensively.
Yeah. Shamet was able to get into the key for those 3 pull-up jumpers. I was like, wow. Now, if you're going to be doing that, okay. McBride, Mitch starting tomorrow could work out with Kolick backing him up. I think we just gonna have to give the Kolick thing up. I think Mike Brown saw enough. But we shall see. We shall see. All right. Let's talk about Brunson's injury, right? Because this whole Kolick thing kind of, and who's the backup point guard kind of falls into that. So Brunson, Shams reported, and I'm sure others have reported that he has a right ankle sprain. What is it? What do they call it? Is it a first degree?
They call them degrees. I didn't see the report.
Yeah, I think it was first degree. He's out versus Miami. He may be out, more games. than that. I guess the first question is, do you think, should he have been in the game up 16, down 16, less than 2 minutes? Should Mike Brown had pulled him out?
He got hurt with less than 2 minutes. It was that.
It was right about 2 minutes when he got hurt. Yeah.
Whoa. I didn't know it was that. I might have changed my answer because I was gonna say I don't have a problem with it, man. It's just a freak injury. My answer would be short. I'm not doing that.
Freak injury.
I'm unless they had a hit out on Brunson up 16 with the last 2 minutes, like you think, Ajay. I don't think they had a hit on Brunson up, damn near 20 points with 2 minutes to go. But yeah, I think it was just a freak injury, man. We did this with Tibbs. I didn't like doing that with Tibbs. I'm not going to do it with Mike Brown personally.
Jerrell, just so you know,
mm-hmm.
we play Orlando Wednesday.
You trying to shoot the leg on Wednesday?
This is in preparation for Wednesday's game. Randall Carter said, "Man, let me get this guy giving us problem right
We got to take one of them out now.
Take one of them out. Okay. All right.
Yeah, we'll see.
There was nothing freakish about his injury, man. Randall Carter said, "Man, let me see where his foot is about to land."
Great one. There it is. Thank you. Great one. What I say, first degree? Yeah, great one. Thank you, Delusional. I don't have any. Listen, what game we played recently? I think it was Memphis. We were up 469 points, and Cat and another starter was still in the game, and they came out at the 8-minute mark. Somebody could have got hurt. Could have got hurt then. And why are we up 40? Why is Cat, still in the game? It happens. No lead is safe. I think Brunson could have gotten hurt anytime, I guess he felt like we could get back in it. that we had a chance. Just your overall thoughts on that, Geoff, in general, and do you blame coaches when the players get hurt in garbage time?
Like if they had their, if they they're not clairvoyant, they're not like I don't put too much stock in that. I mean, that just to me is like you're looking for a reason to criticize, and that's your right as a fan. I'm not saying you're right or for me, I don't put a lot of stock into it. I mean, they could get hurt, walking to their car. Like, that's just life. It happens. And, it's going to happen at some point during the season, probably for all of them anyway. So, I mean, yeah, was it probably not the wisest thing to have him in the game? That's logical. I can go with that line of reasoning, and it's perfectly legitimate. But like, I wasn't gonna kill Tibbs over stuff like that, and I'm not gonna kill Mike Brown over it. Like, hey, we've seen crazier things happen, especially to us. Like, you get hot, you can be with a 3-point shot, you can get back in a game awful quick. I mean, we saw that even in that Memphis game the other night. I mean, they were down 10 with a wide open look from 3. He puts that in, and it suddenly gets real tight. It's a 2-3 possession game, so you can make up a lot of points quickly in this league. And so there's not a safe lead, and there's not. I don't know that there's a time, like if you're down 30 with a minute and a half to go, okay. But if if you just 2, 3, or 4 possessions, you might, see if you can get a quick 3 and a steal, and all of a sudden you're back in the game. So, I could see both sides of it.
Yeah. As far as who's starting, how do we handle the point guard position in his absence? Who are you starting, Ajay?
Not Kolick. That's for sure. I don't know. Like it's man. It's either obviously it's Deuce or Shamet. I would probably lean towards
Geoff said.
All right, well, listen. Who do we have? Who else do we have?
Clarkson, Bridges.
No, definitely not Clarkson. I mean, Bridges would be, I'm saying the starting lineup would include Shamet, but doesn't mean Shamet would be the only one handling the ball. It'd be a tandem, like a combination of Shamet and Mikal Bridges. I feel like he's just gonna have double duty for the two of them. That's what I think he'd do. Or even if he decides to go with Deuce, also it's not gonna be Deuce bringing up the ball. It's just gonna be a combination of Deuce and Bridges bringing up the ball.
What's your guess, Geoff?
My guess is that Shamet starts and Bridges is the point guard. I think that Brown has shown. I don't know if it's because he likes the substitution patterns or what, but I think he likes having Shamet in the starting lineup for whatever reason. And I think that Bridges is going to be tasked with more ball handling responsibilities, because I think that he's shown when in other times when Jalen was out last year, Bridges really was the one, in my opinion, who stepped up and took on that role with Deuce as kind of an ancillary playmaker there. But if he doesn't seem like he's loving Deuce McBride minutes right now, except in his role off the bench. So I'm wondering if it's going to be Landry gets to start, Mikal has the starting point guard duties, and then when Clarkson and Deuce kind of sub in together, maybe for those two, and then they kind of share the responsibility with this backup unit. That's how I think it's going to play out.
Jerrell, what do you think is going to happen, and what would you like to see happen?
With Mitch, well, me not knowing if and when Mitch is going to play, like he's always day to day, I think it all depends. Like if Mitch is not starting, I think they both might start. Yeah, I don't, and plus I don't really think it matters who starts. I think they probably, since Brunson is out, all of his minutes has to go to somewhere, and I think they probably split them. But I think this is a huge test for Mikal Bridges. I think the offense is going to go through him a lot more, because I think it has to. And I think this is going to be a real test for him. Like we was talking, my X factor for the season again. This is the time that we actually see his worth. Like I think Mikal Bridges is going to have a good stretch while Brunson is out.
So that's actually a good point. Do we know if Mitch is starting or not?
He should. I mean, it's just back to backs, right?
Yeah, it's just if he plays or not. Like I think if he plays, he starts, but I just don't know if and when he plays, especially since in the beginning of the season, they was just resting him just because Mitch wasn't hurt. Like they can do that again if they wanted to. We don't know what their plan is when it comes to him and his health. I don't think it's just like he's missing games on back to back, because I have him on my fantasy team. He's missed more games than that.
Well, I mean, since he's been back though, hasn't it just been back to backs that he's missed?
I'm not sure. It's only been like a couple weeks. Like I don't know how it's going to be going forward. Like I can't bank on that.
Right.
But if Mitch starts, it will probably be Shamet. How things have been going. But if Mitch doesn't start, it'll be both of them.
You don't think Josh Hart might sneak in there for some rebounding?
No, because who comes off the bench then? Like it'll just be Deuce, Clarkson, and Yabusele. And I need Josh Hart energy alone to just come off the bench. Like I wouldn't start him.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
And that's more minutes to go around. Mm-hmm. Who do you think minutes will get increased?
Like
would it go mostly to the guards? Like more Deuce minutes, more Shamet minutes, more Clarkson minutes?
Exactly. I don't think Yabusele is going to play any more minutes. And hopefully, Mitch will be playing all this time. But I still don't think Mitch is going to be averaging like 20 minutes. So I think it's just going to be more guard play.
That's not going to make JJ very happy. He hates the 3-guard alignment, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. If JJ was in here today, he would have been he would be talking about
Yep.
Okay. Josh Hart said publicly he does not want to fill in when starters are out. Okay. I mean, but if the coach feels like
that's not
he
up
got
to
the
him.
same pants to get glad in, is what we used to like.
Okay.
Like if coach wants to start him, then I don't care what you're gonna do, right?
That's not up to him.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get a chance to see what our ball handling is going to look like. I think we got a few secondary ball handlers on this team, but it's very different when.
But remember last year when Brunson was out, OG really stepped up huge too. Like he really elevated his play and his scoring was up. I think he was almost a 20-point per game scorer, if not more, when Jalen was out of the lineup last year. So I think you can expect. He's obviously not going to be the point guard, but I think you can expect bigger usage from OG in the offense with Brunson out of the lineup, which is fine. Like, yeah, I don't think you're going to see a lot of 4-shot performances from OG without Jalen in there. I think he's going to get up a lot of shots, and I think McCall will too.
Yeah, that's a good point, because that was when Brunson went out and people start calling him Kawhi Leonard again. That's when we start having the conversations, because OG was killing in that stretch. I remember that.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. We're playing a really good Miami team as far as defenses is concerned. Brunt and I'm not sure if they're a physical team. I mean, historically they are, but this particular makeup of the team, I'm not sure if they're a really physical team. Davion Mitchell is, like he's a really good point of attack defender. I know Bridges will have the height over him, but that handle better be tight tomorrow as well. It's going to be interesting to see how the offense flows as well, right? If they start, because you don't have Brunson now when things break down to just get you a bucket. Now you're getting all of it within the flow of the game, right? So it's going to be interesting to see how this offense works without Brunson. And I know some will say, good, there's going to be more. Does
Cat get point center responsibilities? Do we get the ball to him a bunch at the nail and the top of the key and let him operate?
That's a good point, Jeff. I didn't think about that. Like we talked about, like how the offense is going to flow through Bridges more. It might flow through Cat more, and I wouldn't be mad at that at all. I think Cat is actually good when it comes to that. Like he's a good playmaker.
And Queen, yes, Miami's a very physical team.
Yeah, I think any team with Bam and Davion Mitchell, like you said, they have no choice but to be physical.
Don't forget Adjay's boy Jaime.
Yeah, he's physical.
Yeah, he's very physical too. Yeah, and Bam, man.
I think they played Cleveland back to back. I know he didn't play in the first game. I don't know if he played in the second game. So I don't know if he's back or not.
He could be on death's door tonight, and he will be ready to go on Friday against the Knicks. You know this, Queen. It's the law of nature. We don't need Obamacare. We need MSG care, because people come to the garden and it's the fountain of youth. They get well, and then they leave and they fall apart again. I don't know what happens after they leave, but while they're here, they get healthy in a hurry.
Listen, him and his moving picks, every pick he sets is a moving pick. Watch the game tomorrow. Next show, y'all gonna be like, "Oh, he was right." Every pick is a moving pick with this guy.
Yeah,
that wide stance for two, right? Ajay's got one foot on the half court stripe,
yeah,
the other one at the sideline.
Yeah, and then by the way, Jeff, earlier you mentioned I don't think guys, they don't go out there and try to hurt people. I think Bam actually practiced hurting people. I think he actually watched video and all right, let me see where his foot lands so I could be in the area when he's landing.
Ajay, we played him twice in a row.
Yeah, Friday and Monday, right?
Friday and Monday.
Besides Brunson, somebody else gonna go down. We're gonna come back from Miami.
He goes to the Zaza Pachulia school.
Yeah, exactly. So, somebody coming back on a stretcher. You know that. That's guaranteed.
Tomorrow is one of them NBA Cup games, and then but it's an MSG at least. But then we go to Miami on Monday.
On Monday we play.
And then we're back in Orlando. We play Dallas this week, and then we're back in Orlando Saturday. Not back in Orlando, but play Orlando Saturday.
Yep.
Next, this Saturday.
We play them in Orlando, right? Where do we play them?
In
next
Orlando.
We play them in Orlando. After the Heat game, we're on the road for 5 straight.
All right. That's
Well, I mean, you get 7 home games in a row. You're going to balance that out with a bunch of road games. That's just the way.
Yeah, I know, but they can spread it out, Jeff. It don't have to be 7 and 5. We could be like.
Yeah. I didn't make the schedule. I'm just saying that if you play 7 in a row on the road, then you're going to have a long road trip to follow. But that's all I'm saying. But I don't think it's a terrible road trip. I mean, I think it is if Brunson's not healthy, obviously. But
right.
I think it's not like we're playing. It's not like we were going to Oklahoma City and the Lakers and San Antonio. I think it's more like Dallas and Miami and Orlando are tough, but I think maybe Charlotte is in there and Brooklyn.
Right. I don't like the fact that we go from Miami to Dallas back to Orlando.
Right.
Yeah.
Like we couldn't just have back-to-back days and not days but games in Florida.
Yeah.
Like they couldn't give us that.
Yeah. We're gonna find out a lot about this team.
Yep.
Without Brunson. Though I would have liked to find out more about this team with Brunson. But we'll find out about the bench. We'll find out about the ball handling. We'll find out about.
I don't know, Steph. This might be a blessing in disguise.
Think so?
Never know. I mean, who is the one person you're not worried about?
On New York?
Yeah. Brunson.
Yeah.
Like, what question marks do you have about him other than him maybe playing off ball more? That was the only question mark you have for Brunson. Everybody else has a little more question marks with them. I don't know.
Yeah, but aren't the question marks that much bigger when he's not on the court than when he is? Like I'd like to minimize the question marks if I could. That's all I'm saying. Like we don't have to have the mega size question marks. Can we just have the Tic Tac size question marks, please?
That is true. That is true.
But a blessing in disguise is if we don't play well, maybe it'll prompt the front office to go out and get another guard. I do think that's a weakness on not just another guard, another floor general. Yeah, I do think that's a weakness of this team.
So we need another floor general, not more size.
We need listen.
We need both.
I got three things I feel we need, okay. And I don't know if we're gonna get any of them.
Right.
I don't know if we're gonna get any of them. But if we can get a veteran point guard, I don't know if that's out there. If we can get another big, I don't like the fact that we're really dependent on Mitchell Robinson to stay healthy. I would feel much more comfortable if we had another big. And if we can get a 3-and-D, I know I'm asking for a lot.
So we have the answer in house, Queen. His name is Mo Diawara.
Yeah, he all of them. I guess, huh?
He'll do it all for us.
Yeah.
That's one hell of a Christmas list, Steph. Huh?
Boy, Mo.
Yeah, it is. It is. But I think we'll. Yeah, it is. It is. We'll make it work regardless. I think I'm on a hill by myself. And which show we talked about this? Oh, we talked about this last week when Boogie was here. Was you here, Ajay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, we talked about this last week. I think I'm on a hill by myself and believing that the Knicks can win a championship if Mitchell Robinson doesn't stay healthy. Now,
yeah, I think you were the only one. I think you were the only one who said
I'm on this hill.
We don't need Mitch.
Not just on this panel, but in the Knick community. The Knick community. Not that the chances aren't better. I think the Knicks' chances, let's say, go from 75% to 90% with Mitchell Robinson. But you guys got it at 0% to 90% or 15% to 90%. Like it's just no go without Mitchell Robinson. And it's just it's just hard for me to believe that this front office built a team where, well, two things. One, it's hard for me to accept. It's hard for me to accept that our championship hopes rest on Mitchell Robinson staying healthy. Like, that's just so tough for me to
That's
swallow.
putting your whole chip stack on 32 red. Isn't
It's such it's such a gamble.
You know why I say that it does? It's because if we reach the finals, who we playing?
It looks like it would be OKC.
We can't beat them in the 7-game series without Mitchell Robinson, I don't think.
Yeah, we don't have a chance.
Like, the top teams in the West are like the Thunder, the Nuggets, the Spurs, the Rockets. We need Mitch for all of them. We need Mitch for all of them to beat them in the 7
But this is, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying it's hard for me to accept that our championship hopes rest on Mitchell Robinson
because
being
he's so injured so much.
Healthy.
I got you.
And then the second part is, it's hard for me to believe that this front office, who's been so smart, not that they've been perfect, but they've been smart. It's hard for me to believe that they built a team that can't win without Mitchell Robinson. Like that they know Mitchell Robinson's injury history. So you fire Thibodeau, you bring in Mike Brown. Basically, the mandate is we're gonna win a championship. And you build a team and a roster where winning it depends on Mitchell Robinson being healthy. Like, that's a huge gamble.
Yeah, it don't make sense if you say it out loud like that, Steph.
That's a gamble.
It doesn't make sense. Yeah, you're right. He's not available enough.
I feel like you got to build a team that can win without Robinson. But if he does play,
Mitch is like icing.
It just almost like cements it. You know what I mean?
Right.
It just cements it. And to your point, to you guys' point, I'm not sure if the Knicks built a team like that. I don't know if they've built a team like that. So,
well, damn, Steph, like we was already down from the losses last night. Like, what you trying to do to us? Like, this is supposed to be therapy. It's supposed to be the other way around.
No, because I was just thinking about you guys when we had this conversation with Boogie, and when I went home, I was down for a little bit. I'm like,
so you bringing us down with you?
Yes,
because right? I'm about to start crying right now.
Don't do that, AJ. We don't know what color your screen will turn.
Right.
I know, right?
Start playing boys to men out here. We're like,
the end of the road.
Well, you are in Philly, Jerrell.
Right? I'm like, damn.
It's so hard to say goodbye. Damn.
I'm just saying though, like that's a big gamble. It's a big gamble. If that's what they believe, you know, they may not believe that. They may believe that we can do it anyway. But that's rough.
Steph,
anyway,
we got like 71 games to go. we 11 games deep, and you think it like that. That's. But I'm not saying that.
That's what you guys said to me, that we can't win a championship without Mitchell Robinson. And I
think it's just the way that you said it. Like, I'm not saying that you're saying anything different than what we're saying. But
that's what we're saying, is that our championship hopes and aspiration in this supposedly wide open Eastern Conference is predicated on Mitchell Robinson staying healthy. Like, that's a huge gamble. Like, that's a huge.
And we want him to play back-to-backs.
I'm gonna clip this segment off and add the slow funeral music behind.
So you know how they kept Mitch out like for the first week of the season? Yeah. You think they're gonna do stuff like that again?
Say that again.
Like, you know how they kept Mitch out for like the first week of the season, right? Like, I don't think he was injured. I think I don't know what the reason they kept him out. You think they're going to do that again? Like, for no reason? Like, it'd be like a whole bunch of DMPs for Mitch in a row? Like a couple weeks off here and there?
I thought I read somewhere that he was cleared for more minutes. Did someone else see that?
I didn't know it was a minute restriction on Mitch right now. Like it's still a minute restriction on Mitch. Oh,
He's only playing like 16, 17 minutes a game.
That's how much he probably should be playing. No?
Yeah, I think that's his minutes load. I think that's especially with Cat in the lineup, I think that's about right. But if you're going to get 0 out of Yabusele, the necessity for Mitch it becomes even greater, right? I think part of the calculus wasn't that Yabu the Hutt was going to stink up the joint for 11 minutes. I don't think that was part of the plan there. But I mean, it is what it is.
Well, this just keeps getting better.
I mean, he could get better. He doesn't have to be terrible all season. Maybe he just needs 15 games to warm up. I don't know.
And some consistent minutes, though.
Ajay, this our fault, man. We the Yabusele guys, man.
I know. Yeah.
I ain't got nothing to say.
We put too much. Hey.
We put too much sauce on the Yabusele.
Yeah.
I really thought he was going to be.
I got one person that agrees. Yeah. All right.
So you're not alone. That's good.
I'm not alone.
Yeah, I really thought that Yabusele would be playing better than this.
Jerrell, do you hear me? You see me say anything? I'm letting Geoff do his thing.
Because Ajay, you had him starting.
I had him starting.
Because it'd be looking like he out of shape, but it makes no sense that he out of shape. He played all last season and played internationally in the summer.
I get
he probably tried to bulk up, but listen, when you try to bulk up, you don't know where the food is going. It could go. It could go. It could go. You can't really direct it where you want it to go.
He thought he was gonna get his arms up, huh? He thought he was gonna get them arms up. Nah.
Went all to the hips.
All in the hips.
When you're trying to lose weight, you can't be like, listen, I just want to lose it right. You don't know where it's going.
He asked for a 6-pack. He got a quarter keg instead.
You can't be hippie shooting threes either.
Oh, boy.
Like he just hippie. He ain't even down low using the hips. You know what I'm saying? Just shooting threes.
I like
he didn't hit 2 of his threes though last night. Was
he
it?
Did.
I think he did.
I hope that's the turning point for him. I feel for him. I hope that's the turning point for him. Oh boy! All right,
he ain't getting no 6-pack, Geoff. He got one big pack.
Got a keg.
A busted.
You got a keg.
But I want to ask this question, Jerrell, before you leave, because I like your insight on this, particularly with your football background. So, it seems to me, I like Mike Brown with the media. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it seems to me he's very honest, and I like that. Right? I listen. I don't think I've ever watched many of Tom Thibodeau's press conferences because he's not really saying anything. Right? I watch Mike Brown's press conferences because
he's the exact opposite.
Yeah, and I do like that. Mm-hmm. Sometimes though, I feel that he calls out the players a bit too much. I don't think he calls them out individually. He just calls them out as a team. Mm-hmm. I wonder how that impact is such a strong word. I just wonder how the team feels about that. And I wonder if he's built up a strong enough relationship with them to do that. So this is one of the quotes. And again, it's not like he's saying anything wrong. I think what he's saying is true and open and honest. Mm-hmm. But this is one of the quotes. It doesn't matter if we play 3 games in a row. We got to go figure it out. And if we can't, maybe I need to go deeper into the bench and play guys lesser minutes. Maybe that's where I can help them. I think he's being a little facetious there. Maybe that's how I can help them, but we can't, basically blame the schedule. And there's been other things as well. Mm-hmm. What's your thought on Mike Brown when he talks about the team? I don't know if calling them out might be a little strong. But we'll leave it like that for now. What's your thoughts on that?
I personally, I absolutely love it. Like you said, maybe because it is a football thing, because football coaches actually do it all the time. Like you can call out a position group without singling out a particular player. Yeah, I love it. I think everybody's grown in that locker room. We just got blown out by the Magic at home. So regardless of what Mike Brown says, I think the players should look themselves in the mirror and ask themselves, what did they do to help that? Like, it wasn't a Mike Brown thing. I don't think his rotations was the reason that we lost. I don't think anything that he said during or after the game is why we lost. I think we just had low energy and didn't show up to play. So if he's going to mention stuff like that, I think he should mention it every single time we get blown out at home by anybody, because this team is too good to do that. Like, the effort that we showed against the Magic was embarrassing, to be honest. Like, it wasn't good at all. And from multiple people, like, it was a team. It was like a team thing. Like, maybe like a couple. Bless you. I don't know if you sneezed that day.
Yeah.
Okay, bless
Thank
you.
you.
But I don't think it was like a team thing. They just didn't have it that night. So if he's going to press the issue as to saying that that's not acceptable, then I'm all for it. When it comes to him, like, whether they'll feel salty about it or what type of relationship he has with them, this is part of that. Like, they are married at this point. Like, he's their coach. Yeah, they gotta take that. Like, if Tibbs is not going to say anything publicly and he's just going to say everything in house, or maybe not say anything at all, maybe that was one of the reasons he was let go in the first place. They probably didn't like that, or maybe they needed to be pushed. Even though, like, Tibbs doesn't seem like the type of coach that wouldn't be pushing them. So I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but I have absolutely no problem with Mike Brown saying what he said. Like, if he starts going at like individual players, then it's a little shaky. I can see why somebody would be salty like that, but like, the stuff that he was saying was true. So it's not like he put a name on the bullet. He was just saying, he pretty much said his whole team didn't play well.
Right.
And they should just live up to it.
Yeah, that's a good point. Calling out the team as opposed to an individual player. Geoff?
I think that you heard Mikal Bridges say the same thing. I think you heard Jalen Brunson say the same thing. I think you would have if he talked to the media because of his ankle. He was whisked away, before he could answer any questions about it. But Josh Hart would say the same thing. I think this team is pretty honest with their performances, and when they give maximum effort and when they don't, they know they didn't come out with the maximum effort. And the question is, how do you fix it? Like, I don't really care about what they say. It's all cliches and most of it's trite and like, what are they supposed to say? Like, I'm so glad we lost. It was so much fun. I hope we get our heads beat in like that another night. Like, nobody's going to say that, right? So they're natural questions. You get reactions, or they're trained like Tibbs to not say anything at all. And, so none of that stuff phases me. I'm much more interested in what they do than what they say. Show me how you respond, not how you talk to the media afterwards. I don't care if they talk to the media at all. Like, it doesn't, like some people, like, get all up in arms because Uncle Fulio, my guy, I love him, but why do we not have press conferences? Why aren't we hearing from the front? I don't need to hear from any of those people. Just go out, build a team that wins games. You're the coach, go win games. I don't really care if you say a word to me or not. Like, it doesn't faze me one way or the other. Maybe it's, we crave content and controversy, and I guess we can, get those things out of that if we want to. But to me, the actions speak much louder than the words. So I don't really care what they say.
Ajay?
I didn't see his press conference, so I don't know. I don't care either way, whether he calls him out or not. It doesn't matter. But if he's calling out, if he's not singling out particular players, that's fine. When he start doing that, then it's a problem. And you know what, Queen? We're guessing it's going to be a problem, but then you don't know how to play it. Maybe that'll wake up the play. You don't know how to play is going to take it. It depends on the particular individual that he's calling out. So I don't know. I mean, we just have to see how it plays out.
We have to see how it plays out. To me, I just wonder how some players are taking to Mike Brown, and we'll see how it how it plays out.
Are there certain players you think are having a problem with him? Just curious.
I'm just watching.
One thing I do like though, if you're gonna do it early, rip the Band-Aid off. If you're not gonna like me, do it in the first few games. Let's get this over with. I'm gonna say what I want to say in the press conference. I'm the head coach. I'm gonna say it how I want to say it. If you don't like it, we might as well get this out the way. Like I don't like lingering stuff. I don't like being passive aggressive with people. This is a professional setting. All of them are grown in there. So if they don't like them, just it is what it is. You still got to go in there and do your job. But
definitely,
I just me personally, I don't think he said anything for them to be anybody to be as salty. For them to for it to be a problem. Let's just say that.
Salute, JJ. Did you see how small we were versus?
Here he is.
Glutton for punishment, JJ. What you doing that for?
Yeah, that's why I didn't even mention the Jets game to Geoff tonight. Like I figured he wanted to take the night off from the Jets.
Yeah.
A decade.
Yeah. It's something I'm keeping an eye on. And just plus pulling bridges, in the fourth quarter. I don't know. I just wonder. To me, this is a players' league, and you want some sort of longevity. It really comes because you've built up some goodwill with the players, and yeah. I'm just wondering what's the cohesion like? Like usually you spend time building up that cohesion and then you start calling people out. You build up that cohesion, then you start holding people accountable, pulling them out the game when they don't play well. And maybe he's already done that. It's just something I'm keeping an
But Steph, I think him not saying like the individual like any individual names is like the olive branch though to me, because he could be right. he can say worse stuff and it will be valid because what he's saying is true. But if you don't put a name on the bullet, I didn't shoot you. Unless that bullet fit you.
Can I unblock Jay Chosen? We about to get out of here. I definitely could do it after the.
Why would Jay Chosen be blocked? Who blocked him?
Somebody probably blocked him by accident. You see it?
No, I don't see it. But why would anybody block Jay Chosen?
Yeah, I gotta go into studio into.
The mod's just mad because we lost and they're just blocking people at random. Now what?
Into randomly community, and then there's a.
No, it was probably by accident because it says on Dios did it. It was probably
he said he did it by mistake. I saw that.
Oh yeah,
he did it by
mistake.
It's
probably by mistake because I've done that before. Being at
it's easy to do because it scrolls up and down while you're trying to do an action. Yeah.
I can't find it now. There is a place in here where everyone who's been blocked is like in a little box.
It's on what? It's on Streamlabs or
it's in the studio.
Oh, on YouTube. Okay.
Oh, it's in YouTube in the studio. So okay, I will find it because I went in there a few weeks back and I found AD in there.
Somebody had to have done that by accident. Like
that was oh, okay. All right, here we go. We got the moderators. All right, here we go.
Yeah, salute to Jay Chosen.
Okay. I got you. Oh, we got Juan B is in here.
Who? Wait. Hold on, don't just be unblocking people though, Steph. You who that?
I don't even know who won he is.
Yeah, because we get the same. I mean, like we got a family here, so we actually pretty much know everybody that be in the chat.
Yeah, I don't know. Somebody put Rudy the boxer in there. Benjamin B is in here. I don't know who.
Yeah, you can just keep them blocked, Steph. I don't know none of them.
Okay.
They probably should have been blocked.
Okay.
Salute to Lee, the Murray prankster in the building.
Salute.
Lee.
All right. So Jay Chosen should be
East Brew Drew said you letting criminals in, Steph.
That's my guy right there. I love you, Drew. He always got good comments.
Don't let them all in. You know what I'm saying?
shout out to Lee Escobedo. Appreciate you
Shout out to
dropping
Lee.
by. Yeah, be sure to check him out with The Guardian. Some really, really good work, good writing in The Guardian. And not just him. Since I've been checking out some other articles, on
No,
other
just
topics.
him, none of those other folks. We just
Anyway, I will keep that in the back of my head, and we'll bring it up later if need. If
you lose a couple more games, Steph, this might be your fault, Steph. Because I don't know nobody talking about this but you saying that, Mike Brown saying that might have problems in the locker room.
Well, there's been a lot of talk on X about Mike Brown holding the players accountable.
Right.
Unlike Thibodeau. And how is he holding them accountable? Maybe he's talking to them individually. Maybe he's calling them out in press conferences. Maybe he's pulling them out the games when they don't play well, right? Like Mikal Bridges didn't play in the fourth quarter, right? Was that because he didn't play well? Was that schematics? So to me, there's an art for an NBA coach in holding players accountable.
Mm-hmm.
There's an art to it because this is a players league. And if you don't have the backing of the players, it's just a matter of time before you are out the door. So when I was reading that on X and I'm looking at Mikal's minutes the other night, and then I'm looking at, how he talks and there's nothing, I thought this was a little facetious. Maybe I can help them out by playing them less minutes. I mean, he was being a little facetious, but basically what he was saying is, I don't care how many games we play in a row, you need to show up and you need to play. And if you can't do that, then I'm gonna find somebody else who can. That's basically what he was saying. I thought that was a little strong for a new coach. So I was just putting that together with what I've been reading on X, and I'm just saying, there is an art to accountability. This is not high school. True. Lose a player, lose your job. Lose the team, lose your job. I'm not saying that's where he's at. It just got me thinking, like, what is his relationship like with the players? Must be really strong. The way he's talking, pulling players out, he must have a really strong relationship with them. Just something I was musing over. Just something I was musing over. Anyway.
Sweet dreams after that, kiddos.
I know, right? Yeah, Steph on one tonight.
My eye on.
What they call you, Negative Nancy? What did they call you, Negative Nancy?
In my early days, they used to call me. You're right. In my early days, they used to call me
Negative Nancy.
Negative Nancy. Appreciate you on Dios NYK. Appreciate you. Right. And he got for losing the locker room. He has a bravado to what he does when he talks, and that's fine. That's fine. Anyway, anything else? Anything we didn't talk about? Anything you want to add? If not, Brown is not holding Brunson accountable. Why?
Yeah, David Smith got something against Brunson. He thinks everybody's coddling Brunson.
Two things could be true at once. We can root for Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns. It's possible. I promise you. We can do it.
I think both of them got flaws and strengths that we talk about all the time.
I actually like Cat.
Me too.
I actually really like Cat. And I do think a lot of the criticism is fair. I was on Blanche Tears. I was telling Geoff before this, and the whole thing was about shout out to Free Keith. You know, anyway, check out that episode of Blanche Tears.
Yeah, I missed it. I'm gonna go watch that. I need to check that out.
Cat.
They was going at it so much, I hopped on.
We had to put out the fires. Like it's too blazing hot in here.
I mean, my goodness, it was hot. It was hot in there.
It's easier. Like once you understand, Cat is not a defensive player. He plays no defense. Then you're gonna like him. Just don't expect.
Stop expecting him to be Shaq. Like this idea that he's 7 foot and he should be backing everybody down and yamming it on them. That's just not his game.
I prefer he doesn't. I want him to shoot more threes, man. Like yesterday, he passed on so many of them.
Yeah. He did.
He's a good shooter. He's a very good shooter from downtown.
Yeah. Oh, he should be doing this. He should be doing that. He should be doing that.
Yo, Karl Anthony Towns statistically is the best shooting center in NBA history.
He's Jerrell.
Like, you know what? It's not close either.
And on high volume.
And on
It's not
high
like
volume.
that 1 year with Mitch where he shot 76% from the field on all dunks and putbacks. We're talking about a 3-level scorer who, you know, is a high volume guy, and he 50, 40, 80 guys. That's maybe even 50, 40, 85. I'm not even sure. Right. But at least 50, 40, 80, and that's for a 5. That's crazy.
Right. So I guess people need to talk about that along with his, you know, his shortcomings, because he got shortcomings just like all the rest of the players do.
So yesterday he only took 4 3-pointers, man. To me, that's not acceptable.
Hey, he took as many threes as OG took shots, so you know.
That's true.
Yeah, OG is a whole different conversation last night. That was different.
Yeah.
How many shot he took yesterday?
4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
There you go. Queen got it. 1, 2, 3, 4 shots.
Yeah, but I don't think did Mikhail take a lot. I don't think he took a lot of shots either.
He took 9. So he had 6 points from 9. He was 3 of 9 from the field.
28 minutes, 6 points, and you know I see why he got pulled in the fourth quarter. He wasn't playing well.
They both went in the vanishing cabinet in that game.
Yeah. Anyway, any last words?
Nah, man. Salute to the chat. Another great show.
Yeah, man.
Except for Steph, you know, playing bizarro therapist for us. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to help us. You're supposed to have us feeling better, Steph.
I was just interested in your opinion on it. That's all.
I know.
I see like this time. All right. All right. I ain't gonna say nothing else. I ain't gonna say
no. Oh, you got to. That's
I'm not gonna say anything. Great, just watch Cat and Brown's relationship. Just
the only reason it's sad, and I say that is because you're probably right.
Yeah. That's what scares us. We're
that's what's so scary.
Probably onto something here, and we don't like what we're hearing. But
I didn't say you was wrong in none of that.
It's just some little things like the press. It's anyway.
I get it.
Especially Cat came out the game the other day. He was like, you know what? I don't know.
Yo,
One time Cat came out the game. He
been doing that all season. Yep.
I
said Cat been doing that all season. He seemed like he's had displeasure in something since the season started.
He came out the game one time. He put Yabu in. He didn't go to the coach and be like, no. He went right to Yabu and was like, yeah, I'm hurt. Go in.
I saw that.
I was like, what are you doing? Anyway. Let me just bring it back. I'm gonna bring it back.
See, everybody have a good night.
Sleep well.
You know what I'm saying? Have a good night. Sweet.
Let me just shout out the
dreams,
chat. King Ribby, I appreciate you on DSNYK. That's right. Keep your eyes open. Nick Yak, Sherman was in the house. David Smith, we appreciate you as well. Lee Escobedo, Nick of Time, appreciate you as well. Latoria B was in the house. Appreciate you. JJ, appreciate you. HRMX the Great, I appreciate you dropping by. Always the art man formerly known as Smith, David G.
Steve.
Hartman formerly known as Steve.
Yeah.
You got ahead of yourself. You combine those two into one.
Right.
As soon as you said, I was like, okay, I got it.
Dwayne, I appreciate you. Darlene Bryant was in the house. Appreciate you. Yeah. If I forgot somebody, my apology. Dwayne Dennis, always a pleasure. Roman the Chosen, appreciate you. Particularly, thank you for agreeing with me. Knicks Nation, I appreciate you as well. JW. All right. Andrew K was in the house. Appreciate you giving us the update. Raptors were beating the Cavs at that time anyway. J Rax, I appreciate you. Profound Dream. Appreciate you.
They were losing badly to the Cavs. Let me see what that.
Who?
Oh, they lost. No, Cleveland. They were, when I checked earlier, they were getting beat. Like, yeah, the game ended 126-113.
The Raptors won?
Yeah.
Where are the Raptors? Everybody was laughing at me. Where's the Raptors? Somebody pull up the NBA standings. People was giving me a hard time when we did the show.
No, that's not true. We kind of sort of agreed with you.
I did not agree with that stuff. I agree. I don't sit here and lie to.
They was
I did
like,
not think the Raptors was all that, to be honest.
I was high on the Raptors, and by high, I think I had them like 9 or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was high on Miami.
No, somebody had them like 6 or 7.
That might have been me.
Maybe. I don't think it was 9. I think it was a little high. But yeah, I didn't. They're good though. I didn't expect them to be this good.
Yeah, the Raptors are 6.
Yep. It's
early in the season now. I don't know what their strength of schedule has been.
I'm about to say that we might be 6 after tomorrow. Like, you're right. Like, it's early in the season.
We're second at 7-4. They're 6 at 7-5. One game, you could go all the way down to 9th place.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of teams are tied at 7-5. Anyway, Jerrell, I appreciate you. Geoff, always a pleasure. Geoff and I will be going live Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Ajay, I appreciate you as well. Anybody in the Orlando area, I will be at the Orlando game next week Saturday. I'm looking forward.
So if they don't win, we know it's Queen's fault, right?
Steph, don't be going down there being negative Nancy. You need to go to Disney World. Don't go to
you go to Disney, you go to whatever theme park you need to get in the right mood and lift us to a win.
Please.
I will be getting the tea on the cat Mike Brown relationship.
There we go.
Oh man, you about to start something on Twitter.
No, just playing.
I know.
Oh, until next time, family. Appreciate you.
Sister, you one of a kind.
Yes.
Sister, it's time you
That's
shine. Don't so.
Where you at?
Don't so.
Where you at?
Don't so.